No more asking for slivers of pumpkin pie. We're bringing back the full slice. Welcome back to Vintage Recipe Hero, where this week we are making a layered pumpkin chiffon pie. That's right, it's gonna have a layer of pumpkin chiffon, a layer of whipped cream, and another layer of pumpkin chiffon, and with additional whipped cream on top. We are keeping the Gingersnap crust like what we did in our boozy pumpkin chiffon pie video, which was actually admittedly a little bit too boozy for me. So I'm very excited to keep our traditional flavors of cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice, but with the chiffon element and the Gingersnap crust, which I loved. I know you're gonna love this pumpkin pie too, and I know your friends and family are gonna be begging for a full slice. No more slivers, starting now.
Crush Gingersnap cookies to make 1.5 cups of crumbs. You can use a food processor, rolling pin, or potato masher. Add 1/4 cup softened butter or margarine. Mix until combined. Spray or butter a 9-inch pie plate. Add your buttered crumbs. Spread and press firmly to form your crust. But be careful because they do tend to slip around, especially if you used a potato masher to mash your crumbs. Bake at 375 for about 8 minutes and cool completely. In a saucepan, combine 1/3 cup sugar, gelatin, spices, and salt. Note, the heat is not turned on yet. Stir in milk, egg yolks, and pumpkin. Cook and stir over medium heat until mixture bubbles. When finished, set aside to cool. Note, the bubbles really hurt if they hit you. Beat egg whites until soft peaks form. While gradually adding 1/4 cup sugar, beat until stiff peaks form. Note, you will need a big bowl for this next step. Fold the cooled pumpkin mixture and egg whites together. Don't be shy, just fold them gently but firmly. In the past, I've been too shy and have had bits of my pies that haven't been completely mixed. You don't want that. Pile and spread half of the mixture into your cooled crust. Set aside. You will be setting aside not only the crust, but also the rest of the filling. I would say the crust, throw it in the fridge. The filling, put it on the counter if it's cool inside your house. We'll be coming back to it soon enough. Add heavy cream, powdered sugar, vanilla, and cinnamon to a bowl. Mix together as well as you can. Maybe use a whisk and not a spatula like I did. Divide equally into 2 bowls, set one aside in the fridge. Whip the other one for the middle layer of the pie. Spread to form the middle pie layer. Warning, it's not a lot of whipped cream. Perhaps if you want a more distinctive layer, double this cream amount. You can see I'm trying very hard to spread it gently, but it's quite a thin layer. Add the remaining pumpkin mixture, spread to form the final layer. Refrigerate until solid, about 2 to 3 hours. When ready to serve, whip the remaining spiced cream. Cut your pie, add a dollop of cream, and enjoy. Again, the amount of cream that is here for serving is probably not enough for the average pie eater. Note, the first slice is hard to get out. And don't miss any of that crust, it's one of the best parts. I added a little bit on the top of the pie afterwards because I felt it looked a little plain. The aesthetics on this pie are lacking a little, but at least this is a nice picture.
Welcome back. So the first thing I've noticed about our layered chiffon pie is that there's not really much of a white layer. My recommendation, if you do want that white layer, is to double the whipped cream in this recipe, because the whipped cream that was left for serving with the pie was not a heck of a lot. Not by modern standards, at least. But other than that, this pie was very easy to make. The instructions were a little bit tricky at times, but hopefully watching the video of me making it will help you at home understand exactly what to do. Now, all that I have left to do is try this pie. Oh God, that's a big bite. Oh well. Why have I never put cinnamon in my whipped cream before? This pie tastes exactly like your traditional pumpkin pie, but it is like eating foam. It's delightful. It is going to bring back the full slice because I'm already halfway done my slice, and this was a full slice. No one will be asking for a sliver of this pie. The spices are perfect. It's not too much. You know when it's too much sometimes? It's light and fluffy, and the crust is made out of cookies, which in my books is freaking delicious. I really don't have any complaints about this pie except for the aesthetics, and taking it out of the pie plate was a little bit tricky. However, taking the first slice out of any pie plate is always a little bit tricky. My recommendation to you is always serve yourself the first slice, not to be rude, but to be polite, because the subsequent slices should come out more perfectly for your guests. This pie gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It's that close to being perfect. It's a bang-on pumpkin pie. I really hope you make this at home, and I'll see you next week on Vintage Recipe Hero. Bye. I gotta finish this. This is not just gonna bring back the full slice. This is gonna bring back eat the whole pie.